Greetings. That is what is on the menu tonight. Look how murky and dirty and everything else that is. That is I wouldn't even say that's a haze bomb. I'd say that is a murk bomb for sure. This is a West Coast IPA. It's supposed to be a West Coast IPA, but it's more of a what I want in a West Coast IPA rather than an actual West Coast IPA, which is what it was supposed to be to begin with. But okay, 60 minutes, that is Columbus. 11 grams. This is the very last of my Columbus. So, this is a sad day. Whew. "30 minutes, that's Centennial going in." It's more Centennial going in 20 minutes. Yeah, and I'm just going to throw it in there. So it'll do alright. Okay, that's 10 minutes. So we've got a protoflock going in. Or half a protoflock anyway. And then this is a combination of Simcoe and Amarillo, I believe. Smells good. Whatever it is, it smells pretty good. So a bit of drama there with the hose. It nearly exploded, that little joint there. It's fixed now though, thank God. This is our flame out edition going in. 75 degrees I usually do it. It's about 80, 79, 80 at the minute, but it's going to drop down. I'm not putting the hose back on again anyway. For the sake of 20 seconds or whatever it's going to take. That is the end of the brew day. Not before time because the rain started. But we got our 20 litres, which is what we want. And that is the colour of it there, look at that. That is the classic old school orange colour, that is fantastic. That little 50 grams of brown malt has just done the trick. Gravity's 1054. 1054 is just 1 point under the recipe, what it was supposed to be in the recipe, but the mash was just, it was really low efficiency. Just under 63% efficiency, which is like, that has almost never happened to me before. So I don't know, I need to do more investigation as to why it was so low. It's very unusual, but that's why you do a pre-boil, so then you can see this thing coming from a mile away. So basically to cut a long story short, I put 300 grams of DME in to bulk it up, and I got 1 point off what I was aiming for, so that's pretty good. Not good with the mash, but I mean, what do you do? This is what we're using here. WHC Labs dehydrated LAX yeast, which is USO5 equivalent. It even says it on the packet. So that is going in now. Doing that about 18 degrees. Okay, so dry hop, it's 8 days later. It is bottomed out at 10.15, so that makes it slightly above 5% off the top of my head, something like that. That's a dry hop. Now I didn't want to go crazy on it, even though because I don't know what crazy is anymore, because crazy is New England IPA territory. So I've only got 100 grams going in. Seems like a lot when I think back to me putting 20 grams in batches. But yeah, 100 grams, Simcoe and Amarillo. This is 50 grams of each. So let us get it in. We get the lid off. This is froth. It's a bit of a squeeze trying to get that big glass into that little gap. So that's going to sit in there. It's Monday now. I want it in the keg for next Sunday, because it'll be a brew day, so I'll do that when I'm brewing. So it'll give us 3 days, 4 days maybe, then the rest of the time cold crushing. That was the colour as well too, which is looking pretty good. It's not clear, and I'm wondering whether to try and make it clear, because it looks absolutely superb there. But yeah, okay, that's it. I'll see you with a pint in my hand. I think in terms of the colour, I think it's a little bit darker than what I would have liked. I mean, it's not really dark or anything like that. I mean, it's probably okay. Maybe it's just the kind of murk levels in there is making it a bit more dark or something. No, it is, I don't know. But beautiful head on it. Really good carbonation on this as well too. Absolutely spot on. That's what we want. The aroma is good. Now this is 2 weeks in the keg, but that aroma is still popping. Just citrus, just a citrus bomb. That's the way IPAs should be, West Coast IPAs, shouldn't it? Citrus. The Pacific West. It smells like the Pacific West. Mmm. Absolutely beautiful. Okay. I said I probably could have cleared it a little bit better, but perhaps there's extra flavour in the murk. Maybe, I don't know. Cheers, I'm going in. Let me get another one, please. I have to say, first of all, the mouthfeel on that is amazing. Really good. 5.1% it is. I finished like 10-15, something like that. In fact, I actually had to finish it with a bit of Kvik, because I wasn't convinced that USO5 was going to get down. Maybe it had just slowed down a little bit, but we finished it off with Kvik and cranked the temperatures up. Hasn't done it any harm at all. The mouthfeel is pretty good. Obviously, when it's finishing that high, then maybe that's the reason for it. But in terms of that, plus the carbonation as well too, it's just spot on. The caramel that I put in is really making itself stand up and be counted on this. It's actually almost, it's not quite negating, but it is really having an effect on the bitterness. The bitterness is there, it's definitely there, but it's kind of, you get this amazing sweet flavour from that caramel, which is quite a lot I used in it, to be fair. I don't normally use that amount, but I did want that kind of balance between sweet and bitter, and that is exactly what I've got. But those two, kind of the sweet and the bitter together, it's almost like a flavour in itself. Getting that lingering bitterness on the end as well. But it's not, it doesn't, it doesn't taste like a 70 ABV beer, because it's not a 70 ABV beer. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with how that's turned out. The flavour as well too is this kind of real sweet, fruity, kind of citrusy flavour. Something about Amarillo, I find that it gives this real kind of sweet candy, orangey kind of flavour. And it's quite good when you use it and you get the bitterness turned up on it. I think it does seem to work well. But yeah, that is really a tasty drop. That is very much a tasty drop. I'm quite happy with that. Is it a West Coast IPA? No, it's not. It's kind of more West Coast of Ireland IPA, maybe we'll say that. But that is a tasty drop. I mean, it's a kind of beer that it's not going to win any awards. It's not like the greatest beer ever made by any human. But it is good to fill a keg with, and you won't get bored of it. Which is really all you can hope for, really. Other than it for not to be infected, number one. So, yes. Is it a success? Yes, it is a success. Is it a West Coast IPA? No, it's not a West Coast IPA. Is it what I thought it was going to be? It's absolutely what I thought it was going to be. So, I mean, what more do you want me to say? Let's finish the glass and see what comes out, shall we? Definitely does have that kind of old school IPA feel to it, even though it's not quite. Sweet, it's bitter, plenty of flavour from the hops. Bitterness is lingering as well too, but not at crazy levels. Just on a nice little level. Mouthfeel's very good. Carbonation's very good. Looks terrible, but you know, we can't get everything. We can't get everything right. So yeah, I mean, that's definitely, I'm definitely going to make something else in that style. I'm quite pleased how that the caramel's really come through, but it hasn't hit the kind of cloying, really sweet, intensely horrible flavour that it could possibly be when you use too much gristle. But yeah, I think that's just about right. It's not, it doesn't have that kind of classic dry finish that I suppose you would expect from an IPA. Maybe because of that big body, but yeah, other than that, it's a tasty drop, and I am very much enjoying drinking that keg. So I'm going to have another couple of pints tonight. So happy Homebrew Wednesday. See you next week. "30 minutes, that is Centennial going in now." Jeez. Let's pretend that never happened. 30 minutes, that's Centennial going in.